Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're diving into a theory called the geometry of the core. The basic idea? For centuries we might have been looking at numbers all wrong, and there's a hidden geometric order that governs, well, everything.
So what if the apparent randomness of prime numbers, one of the biggest mysteries in all of math, isn't random at all? The source material we're digging into today makes a really bold claim that prime numbers actually follow a hidden, predictable geometry that we just haven't been able to see until now.
So how does this actually work? Well, first off, you have to forget that infinite number line. This theory says numbers exist in a closed 360-degree system, kind of like notes in a musical scale. And in this model, primes aren't random at all. They're predictable notes in this universal harmony. The theory calls this new framework the Zara-Zeta modulus.
Okay, so what does this new geometry even look like? It all starts by basically throwing out the number line we all learned in school and replacing it with something totally different.
The theory says all numbers exist inside this circular system, and they repeat in a 24-step cycle. You can almost picture a clock, but with 24 hours. Every single number has a specific, fixed position on this clock. And what that means is that the location of every prime number isn't some random accident, it's actually built right into the structure of the system itself.
Now, at the absolute heart of this whole thing is a concept the theory calls core zero.
The theory describes these core zero points as mathematical null points. You should think of them almost like gravitational anchors that create symmetry and kind of hold a number's geometric shape together. The more core zero points a number has, the more structurally balanced it is.
So to see how this all works in practice, the source gives us a really specific case study. The relationship between the prime numbers 5 and 7, and of course, their product, 35.
Okay, so inside this 24-step system, the primes 5 and 7 are special. Turns out, while most prime numbers have 4 of those COR0 anchor points, 5 and 7 are unique. They have 8 each. The theory basically presents them as perfect mirror images of each other, balanced on either side of the system's halfway point, which is 12.
So the prime number 5 is defined by 8 of these core zero anchor points. This gives it a really rare amount of structural symmetry.
And its perfect mirror in this system, the prime number 7, also has 8 core zero points. They really are a perfectly balanced pair.
And this is where it all clicks together. Their product, the number 35, isn't just 5 times 7. In this model, it's the geometric result of combining the 8 anchor points from 5 and the 8 anchor points from 7 for a grand total of 16 core zero points.
Now, to analyze the number 35, the system places it on its 24-step clock. And since 35 is just one full cycle of 24 plus an extra 11, it lands on the same spot as 11. This process also reveals something the theory calls a residue, a unique mathematical fingerprint. And for the number 35, that fingerprint is the value -13. This is key to its identity.
So the crucial point is, why does any of this matter? Well, the source claims it has profound real-world implications, especially for cryptography.
The theory uses these geometric principles to propose a totally new kind of encryption. It's a hybrid model, one that takes ideas from existing cryptographic methods, but, gives them this new geometric foundation.
And here's the punchline. The security of pretty much all our online data relies on one simple fact. It's incredibly hard to find the prime factors of a huge number. But this theory claims that a number's core zero geometry gives you a map to its factors. If you can see the geometric structure, you can find the primes. It's a potential shortcut that, if it's true, could break the very systems that protect our entire digital world.
But the theory doesn't just stop at cryptography. No, it makes an even bigger claim, that this exact same geometric model solves one of the most famous and difficult unsolved problems in all of mathematics, the Riemann hypothesis.
I mean, listen to this direct quote from the source, translated. It argues there's a direct link between its core zero points and the mysterious zeros of the Riemann zeta function, which have, obsessed mathematicians for over 150 years.
The source basically gives us a translation table, arguing that all these mysterious concepts in the Riemann hypothesis are direct parallels to its own geometric principles. The famous zeros of the zeta function? They're just core zero values. Their frequency? Well, that's just their angle in the 360-degree model.
Now, the most famous part of the Riemann hypothesis is the critical line, this line on the complex plane where all the important zeros seem to fall. Well, according to this model, that line isn't a mystery at all. It's simply the geometric balancing point of the entire 24-step system. It's the axis of symmetry, right at the 12-step mark.
So let's just pull this all together for a second. This theory reframes numbers as geometric objects in a 360-degree space. It uses these things called core zero points to define their fundamental structure. And from that simple foundation, it makes two absolutely staggering claims. One, that it can defeat modern encryption, and two, that it solves the Riemann hypothesis.
And so, we're left with this completely radical new vision of what numbers are. Is the geometry of the core a key to unlocking the universe's code, or is it just a complex and beautiful illusion? The theory has made its case. Now, I guess it's up to the world of mathematics to find out.